in this stadium right now. Let's love the game from Kansas City. The Kansas City Current in red with the teal socks. Bay FC in black on the road. Jen Hildreth, Leanne Sanderson, let's go. She's been fantastic and had not seen any action, was originally drafted by Kansas City. Now facing her former team, Bia in the box, yes!
Back of the net early doors.
Second goal of the season for Bia. The Brazilian takes her time, picks out Hutton. And through Dabinia, will it stand? Yes, indeed! Dabinia does it for goal number 2.
We'll see it here now. We'll get a great look of this. Look at this. Love that. She's definitely onside. Anderson has no idea. Abby Dolkamp has no idea where Dabinia is. And
the ball from the Brazilian and a brace for Dabinia. What a strike!
What did I say, Jen? I wouldn't put it past Dabinia putting this in the top corner, because that's how special, that's how much belief I have in a player like this, the quality that she has. You can see how frustrated Silkowitz here. You mentioned it, Jen. You know, she's asking him to move to their right, and then look where the ball's put. Fantastic strike from Dabinia. Brilliant strike. But the wall wasn't lined up properly. Gets a hand to it, Silkowitz. Potentially, could she have been a little bit more to her right, a little bit more? She's asking the wall. I don't think the wall could do any more there, obviously. The ball's gone up and over. And honestly, Jen, that technique, getting it up and over the wall.
Vlatko Nanowski told us earlier in the year, look, we're not going to be this team that just reigns with chaos from beginning to end. So they're going to want to hang on. We'll see if they get a little more defensive or if we see more goals, huh? Now the second half from CBKC Stadium. Jen Hildreth, Leanne Sanderson, the Current at home in red with the teal socks. Bay FC needing to make up some ground here in the second half. Number 15 here. Ways she can defend, ways she can hold up. They need a finish right now. It was Conti. There's the follow, and there's...
You can see here, it was a fantastic flick on as well at the near post. Great first touch from Penelope Hocking. That both those teams went into that fixture last year unbeaten.
Yes, so Shawinga nods it down beautifully in her path. Temwa Shawinga, is this her moment? You better believe it!
A bit early, because I think they were anticipating, Caprice Anesco anticipated her maybe cutting it inside. Takes it super early. And I think Kansas City can't have that luxury of having a lot of players like that in this team. And I want to give a shout out to the back line for Kansas City Current as well, because we focus a lot on their front line.
All right, welcome back in. We are here with Penelope Hocking and Caroline Conti, and we will go ahead and open straight up to questions. If you have a question, just use the raise your hand feature. And Marco.
This question is for Penelope, Mercury College Bay Area Sports Wrap. It was a rough match from start to finish for your team. But Penelope, can you talk about the one time you guys did have some space that where you were able to get that pass in the box and score the goal on them?
Yeah, I mean, we gained a lot of momentum, got a couple corners in the beginning of the half, which we're happy about, that we came out in the front foot. I feel like we didn't do that in the first half, so I'm glad that we got the momentum in the second half. And then great service in from Taylor, and then great flick on by Caroline, and then my job was easy after that, just put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, is this more of a learning lesson at this stage of the season with what Kansas City was able to do to you guys, is dominate and have the possession and just the momentum throughout the whole entire game?
Yeah, I think it's something that we can grow on, getting back to our basics of keeping the ball, being a threat in behind, and with our feet more up the field. But I think it's getting back to that, being just us, and I think that's what we're going to continue on and work on this week for next weekend.
And then, Albertine said that, the mistakes that were made as far as the error in passing that led to their counterattacks and their goals. You said that's very fixable. So, I mean, what do you guys really have to work on this coming week in practice to get ready for your home match coming next Saturday?
I mean, the biggest thing, I think, is just confidence. I feel like we've lacked a lot of confidence, like turning the ball over. We're just, and that's just gaining that back, come off a couple losses. We just need to work on getting our confidence back and completing our passes and just, playing on the front foot. I think that's a very fixable thing, and it's in our control.
And then Jordan, she got a bit of injured before in warm-ups there. Did that maybe have an effect on you guys, maybe emotionally, that maybe you didn't know if she was going to play? She did play the full 90, but still, did that kind of maybe affect your guys' I don't want to say enthusiasm, but maybe the confidence part there in the beginning?
No, not at all. We have full confidence in her, and we know she can get the job done, and got another game next week to show it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and finally, again, is this something where you guys can just easily put away because it was a kind of a blowout loss, or is this something you think about and stew over for the next couple of days?
I think all we can do is just learn from it. We have to review it. We have to review the goals. We have to learn from all the mistakes, and it's never fun going into a film session where we're watching our mistakes, but we have to take it as a learning lesson, and then once that's over, we just forget about it and we just can grow from it, and that's all we can do. So just keeping our heads up and staying very positive.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Marco.
Thank you.
You guys talked about moving on. The good news is you get to play in front of the home fans. How important is it to head home and play in front of the home fans after a game like this and improve on it?
I think it's just important to find that confidence, as P said. Just grow this week back at home, so I'm not on the road, which is I don't know about me, but I like sleeping in my own bed. But I don't know. I think coming into this week, we just gotta work into it, find the confidence, cheer each other on, and just do the film.
Yep.
All right. Any other questions for these two? Okay, that is it for us. Thanks, everybody. All right, welcome in for post-game press conference today. We're here with head coach Albertine Montoya, and we're going to let him make a quick statement, and then we will open it up to questions. If you're on the Zoom and you would like to record, just let us know. We'll allow that. If you have a question, just use the raise your hand feature, and we'll get you called on. So, Coach, go ahead.
So today's game, we knew we were going to take a risk and playing into a bigger shape. But that's what we wanted to do, and that's what we're going to do for the rest of the season. Last couple of games, we've been a little bit more defensive mindset, and we knew that this would be a difficult game. But sounds crazy. I'd rather lose like this than we did last weekend, and this is the mentality we're going to have. Our players enjoy playing this type of football, and we just have to be a little bit cleaner in keeping the ball. I do believe that all 4 goals were preventable, and we just have to learn from that, because it wasn't where they completely broke us down. It came more so from our giveaways, but I'm asking the team to play this way and to enjoy keeping the ball and creating opportunities, and we're going to continue to do so, and we're going to get back to that and make it a great game next weekend when we head into Angel City back at home.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll go ahead and open it up to questions. Coach, you talked about, I'm sorry, Marco, you have a question?
Yes. Hello, Coach. Rough match today. It just looked like, even from the start of this game, it just looked like the back line, including Jordan, they were out of sync, almost discombobulated. I hate to use such a harsh term like that, but how do you explain them just not being able to mark their Brazilian deal, especially they're so dangerous that they are?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that this necessarily played into it, but right at the end of warm-ups, our Silk took an injury and she was down, and we didn't even know if she was going to play, and then she was able to walk things off. So maybe that shook her a little bit, shook the team, but given the way we played, it was more so on giveaways that we had while in possession that hurt us. And of course, they're such a dangerous team. They always are. I mean, with their attack and all the players they have. So yeah, it may have been that we were off a little bit defensively, but I thought we gathered ourselves quite well in that second half, scored a goal, kind of grew into that game, and then just a counter with Chewinga scoring that last goal that kind of just sealed it for them. But it's things that we know our defensive back line could be a little bit better. Joelle also went out just because she had a knock, and she's been dealing with a few things. So, could that have played it into it? Maybe. But regardless of that, I think we conceded more so from our loss of possession, more so than our back line not being in sync.
And penalty list gets you guys on the board in that second half. But just talk about her playing. Could you see her maybe cracking the starting 11 in the future here?
Definitely. I mean, Penelope and all of our players, I've said it since the very beginning of the season, they're competing for a starting position. Penelope has been doing really well for the last couple weeks, and that's why we were excited to start her. And she also grew into the game and gained a lot more confidence, and I thought it was impactful for us in that second half. So she just needs to continue doing that, and we'll see what happens.
And finally, for me, any update on Jordan with that injury? Is there anything that maybe she needs to take an X-ray later today or tomorrow about that?
No. So that's why she played the full game. She was good. It was more, kind of mentally a little bit that it affects players, but she's all good, and that's why I thought, also grew into the game, was comfortable playing out of the back for us, made some good saves there in that second half. So it really came down to confidence with her, and she showed it in the second half. So no worries.
I'm sorry, I said one more. When you talk about the giveaways that they had today, is this something that can be corrected during practice this coming week, or was this more just a mental thing for them, or what?
No, absolutely can be corrected. Just because we've gone from really of a defensive shape our last two games, and then coming into Kansas City, which is always difficult to play, and then we said, hey, let's just risk it right now. Probably not the team to open up the way we did, but this is how we want to play for the rest of the season. This is who we are. This is our identity. So now we just have to make sure that they continue growing in confidence while keeping the ball, so we don't give it away so cheaply.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marco. Coach, you talked about there being some positives. This is the way the team wants to play. What do you take into it, and how do you get back in front of the home fans?
So what we take into it is, for moments, we were very good in getting out of their press and playing through the midfield and then getting into the attacking third. But then we would just give it away, whether we were hitting it out of bounds, whether we were hitting it right at them. And it's just kind of that final pass and the final third. So we just need to do a better job with that. And we've got another week to train and continue getting better, but it's more about growing in confidence and making sure they know that they can do it, because they do. For the most part, we got it right. It's just a few passes and that we got wrong, and this is a team that can penalize you in a second. So, and they did. So credit to them.
All right, thanks, Coach. Any other questions? Okay, we're going to let them go, and we'll be back with Penelope Hocking and Caroline Conti. Thanks.